Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Jim Morris. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and musician, and I'm sharing the healing power of music. Today, we're returning to one of the channel's favorites based on popular demand. I bring you Tool with The Grudge. I have yet to hear an intro by Tool that I don't like. This kind of feels like it's taken us into a primitive jungle, a primitive part of the mind.
Like a crown, negativity, calculate what we will not tolerate, desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive the scarlet letter.
So he's already shared enough that I could teach a course on. This band is so amazing and so impressive. They just never cease to amaze me. Every song I hear from them, I'm just more and more of a fan. Man, and I need to get promoted in a Tool army, so here I go. The detrimental effects of wearing a grudge. He has already explained that you're going to experience so much pain and suffering. You're going to get caught up in a negative loop, which I want to talk about. This involves repression, resentment, remorse, blame, suffering, opening up with this vivid picture of wearing a grudge like a crown. And that's more than just a metaphor, because what he's talking about here is a false identity. When you wear a grudge like a crown, this is driving a false identity. And the reason that people do that is because they feel like it gives them a sense of power, a sense of control. But what they are missing is that feeling is artificial. This is not authentic power and control that is being experienced. It's artificial. And by artificial power and control, what I'm talking about is what he's talking about. He is addressing denial, blame, minimizing, justifying. I'm hearing all of that already being shared with us in the song, and how important that is to experience healing that is available to each and every one of us. So unless you want to stay stuck in that negative loop that prevents emotional growth, we've got to take off the crown. We've got to humble ourselves. Taking us further into the jungle.
Clutching like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and grip 'em to the lonesome man. Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong, ultimatum prison cell. Saturn ascends, choose 1 or 10. Hang on or be humbled again.
So the grudge also symbolizes the shadow in Jungian analysis, that unconscious, repressed aspect of self is what he's singing about here. So you've got to be able to recognize that part of you that has been pushed into the shadow in order for you to be able to do the shadow work that is necessary. Because if you're wasting time addressing something that you have mistakenly believed needs to be integrated, then you're just that much further behind and that much further caught up in that negative feedback loop that I was talking about earlier. So you've got to make sure, and it's not that there's bad work when it comes to self-development and focus, but if you want to get the most return on your investment of time and effort, it's essential. So I just want to mention that. When he talks about Saturn ascends, choose 1 or 10, what's he talking about there? Astrological symbolism is representing discipline. It represents limitations, and it also represents the passage of time, is what this is about. So he is urging us to confront that darker shadow aspect of ourself, that shadow that lives in those deep recesses of the jungle image that I am picking up here with these vibes in the music. And it's not right or wrong if you're not picking up that vibe. It's just my personal experience that I'm sharing with you on that part. So very insightful. We see humbled again, which I'd mentioned earlier, how this is all at the core of being able to do the shadow work that is necessary in order to get beyond wearing that grudge like a crown.
Crushing like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and grip 'em to the lonesome man. Saturn ascends, comes round again. Saturn ascends, the 1, the 10. Ignorant to the wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what you will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive. Scarlet blood, wear the grudge like a crown. Desperate to control, unable to forgive, and sinking deeper, defying it, confiding in, sinking deeper.
Just the timing. These guys, oh, geez, man. He talks about calculate what you will and will not tolerate. Well, you've got to calculate. I'm constantly trying to calculate what they're doing here musically. And I tell you what, man, I got to get an accountant.
Controlling, defying, and we're sinking deeper. Saturn goes back around, showing you everything. Let you choose what you will not stand and drag you down like
Powerful right there. He keeps talking about this very important aspect of the passage of time and the limitations, the barriers, the walls, the frustration that we experience in those moments of conflict and disappointment, and urging us again to breathe. I hear the rhythm of breath being offered here. Suffocation is something that you will inevitably experience as a result of wearing that crown. So he says, let go. Easier said than done for so many of us, for all of us. I mean, come on. This is the catharsis of the song. We are at the climax of the song right here, because the grudge can no longer define you. You've taken the crown off of your head. That's no longer who you are. You have set aside that which is artificial, and you have decided to embrace that which is authentic. So clinging to the grudge, in other words, is masochistic. When he repeats this over and over again, this is about the repetition that we experience from compulsive behavior. And that compulsion is unconsciously repeating these unhealthy behaviors over and over again. So stop self-sabotaging. Don't get trapped in that maladaptive cycle that is going to lead you back to picking the crown back up, because that's the temptation. Once you take the crown off, you start venturing into territory that is not as comfortable, maybe a little bit more primitive than what you have recognized in the past. And so don't retreat. Don't go back and put that back on. You've got to remember, don't develop amnesia. Remember what you learned from the previous experience and move forward towards the transcendence that awaits you. Sounds so good. Can you hear the transcendence? I hear transformation, I hear individuation, and that letting go of the attachment to ego is what they are doing here musically. He mentioned cornerstone throughout the song. The cornerstone of a grudge is ego. The cornerstone of individuation and transcendence is humility. here. The army is marching. Oh man, that is what shadow work sounds like musically. A great message that advocates confronting those inner demons and dealing with the pain so that we can be able to experience a deeper level of maturation psychologically and spiritually. This is fantastic. This is healing power. Be so grateful if you would help me to share that today, because there are so many people in this world who need to hear this, who can benefit from this. And when one person makes the decision that they are going to do the work that we've been talking about here in this song, it can make a difference in their communities, and it can make a difference that has a ripple effect for all of us. Let's keep it going. Keep spreading. We need more people to join the Tool Army. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We've got all sorts of ways that you can support the channel in the description, including exclusive content on our Patreon, like Tool. I've got some Tool that I have reacted to that's been blocked, unfortunately, on YouTube, but it is still available over on Patreon. So thank all of you for what you're doing to help support the healing power of music reaching untold numbers of people. Thank you.